Can you walk me through the process of wanting an implant or needing an implant to actually getting one placed, and then the healing process of what that looks like after?
So if a patient is missing a tooth, they have the option of getting a dental implant, which nowadays is such a simple procedure. What we do is we take a CT scan and we do a digital scan in the office. We design the whole surgery before we actually do any kind of work on you. So we do a lot of homework, and we have the right dimensions, the depth and the height, the width of the implant. We have a surgical guide ready for you, which is already printed, and actually it guides the drill right into the exact location. The nice thing about this way is that we are not having to pick up a scalpel, and it is very comfortable for our patients and to the tissues. So because we're not cutting, the healing time afterwards is very quick. What we do is once an implant is placed, we just put a cover screw over it, allow the gums to just heal, and within a couple of days, our patients don't even know that anything even happened. It's simpler than taking a tooth out.
Really?
Yeah, it's simpler than taking a tooth out. It is that simple. What we need to do is just make sure that the implant heals for about 3 to 4 months.
Would you put a crown on top of the screw at that point, like a temporary? Or does the bone have to heal around the implant first before that's done?
So the bone, it's kind of like, you know, you get a broken bone and you're put in a cast, and the bone has to heal within that cast, you know, say 12 weeks. The same thing with an implant. The bone has to grow around the threads of the implant. That needs to be done in an undisturbed manner. So I don't generally put a crown in that same day because I want to have stability, and I want to have a good prognosis. Now, if it's in the front and your bone is good, we can talk about getting a temporary solution for you. There are many different ways we can get a tooth there temporarily, because I know that's your front tooth. So yeah, we can help you out in that regard. So, but we want to just keep that implant secure.
Because now that I think about it, like having the missing front tooth, like
we have removable options, but then we also have an option that we can use the implant as a fixture to screw into the implant. We reserve those for when the bone is adequate.
With having an implant, like that healing process time, are there things that I should maybe not eat, or stuff that I need to kind of stay away from temporarily?
Yes, I'm glad that you asked that. The number one thing is anything hard or crunchy. When you eat something hard or crunchy, you're putting a lot of pressure on the implant, and that disrupts that whole healing process of all the cells growing around the implants, and then it has to start all over again. So that constant pounding, you know, you don't want to eat anything too hard or crunchy. You also want to remember not to smoke for at least 2 weeks after an implant is placed, because again, you want to make sure that the gum and the bone is receiving adequate oxygen, and so it will heal a lot faster.
Why would I pick an implant versus maybe a denture? What would be the differences there?
A denture is basically just a physical structure. An implant, what it does is it's a replacement of your root, okay? And when you eat, you actually eat through the pressure of your root, and you actually get that proprioception of you chewing your food. But when you have just a denture, it's just like you're chewing on plastic, and you just don't have that feeling of that you're really chewing your food or really mashing your food, because the pounds per pressure is so low. So having an implant really helps you gain that back, whereas with just a denture, you don't.
Right, and it's like moving on your teeth, isn't it? or on your
Absolutely.
gums.
It's moving around, they're flopping around, they're never secure, and then it rubs up against the gums, and then you get these sore spots, and the patients are always miserable, especially with the lower denture. The bone support is just not there, and we want our patients that quality of life. We want them to enjoy the foods that they want to eat. Once we get our patients having implant-supported dentures, it really changes their life. They're actually able to enjoy their foods.
So an implant-supported denture is a denture, but it's basically held in place by implants.
Yes, we put the implants in, and then above the implants, there are these certain attachments that go over the implants, and that attachment secures the denture. It snaps it in place. Literally just snaps it in place. So they're serving as anchors, and they're not flopping around, they're not moving left to right, they're not falling out of your mouth, and they're just being used for what their original purpose is, to function and chew better.
Now that I have my implants in, or an implant in, how long does that last?
Honestly, the implants, as long as you take care of them, you use a water pick, you're supposed to brush and floss and keep them very, very clean. They're meant to last a lifetime. Basically, it outlasts teeth. The outlast teeth. They're in there so secure. It's quite mind-boggling. You know, when the research was done with the titanium implants back, oh my God, many decades ago, it was an amazing discovery. And we just took on with that because people were suffering with missing teeth, and we didn't have a proper solution. And implants was a game changer for us. And it like literally just like it's like cement. Yeah, it's like cement. It's like rock solid.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
I would have never guessed that. So that's, now that I think about it, a much better investment than something maybe more temporary. Like, you know, you kind of weigh the pros and cons of an implant versus other types of things that I could do, but that sounds like it lasts for the rest of my life and could outlast me. So
yeah. It definitely is a very good investment. Once it's there, it's there. The only thing that you may need to change is the porcelain above the implants, but even that, as long as it's constructed right and your bite is in a healthy position, you should keep those teeth for a very, very long time. Sometimes if you're biting into something hard, the porcelain chips off, then you just need to replace the bridge. Just like how you would have to replace a crown every so often, right, you know, or a bridge you would have to change out. The same thing goes for an implant bridge.
Wow.
Or an implant crown.
Okay, so with the snap-on dentures, the implants, is there any other services that you offer with implants?
Yes. So we have a service that we call All on 4, which, what does that mean, All on 4 or All on X? It's basically implants that we place, and the teeth are actually screwed into the implants. So you have a fixed prosthesis, and it doesn't come out of your mouth. Whereas the snap-on denture, they're secure, but you're able to take them off, right? So those teeth that we place in, the final product is a zirconia-based teeth. So they're made out of porcelain. They're really pretty, and the patients don't have to worry about taking them in and out. You know, a lot of my female patients, they are very uncomfortable taking their teeth out at night, and so they prefer to have the fixed option. So it's a great service that we offer our patients. And again, we're using technology to do this whole process, and we're able to, in collaboration when we work with our dental laboratories, we're able to place the implants and give them a temporary teeth that get screwed in that same day. So they are not walking out with new teeth. It's a great service, you know, that we're providing our patients, and they're having to not have to take them out at night.
It's nice that there's so many different options that I could pick with that.
You do get a choice with that. You know, there are pros and cons for both. You know, with the snap-on denture, the teeth are your denture teeth. You know, so there is some wear. but it gets you better than just a simple denture. The zirconia, that is there to outlast you, because those are so strong, and the way they're crafted, it's beautiful how they make them. It's very aesthetic, and they're very strong, so they can withstand all sorts of pressure. If you want to munch into anything, eat the steak, you get to eat that steak.
How many implants do you think that you've placed?
Oh, I have not even counted.
Right.
To be very honest with you, it's a lot, because I've been practicing for over 20 years, and I can't even start, counting. No, it's a regular part of our practice.
Wow.
And because our systems is digital based, it's easy, it's comfortable. We are just doing them just like a filling. It's very easy.